everybody, it's Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should pledge to my Patreon and join our Discord server. The Discord is free, the Patreon obviously costs money. Yeah.
There are free Patreons out there.
What do you mean?
Just, like,
you can't.
Entry, isn't there?
No,
okay,
I don't think so. You can make public posts.
Okay.
But, like, it's not, you can't get rewards for nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't pledge and then set your pledge to be 0.
Okay.
You understand?
1 cent.
I don't think you can do that either. Anyway.
Minimum's $1. Jeez.
So today we're talking about Vernal and Raven's relationship. So this isn't a shipping video.
But...
It's not. It's not a do you ship it. We're talking about basically all aspects here. So we know, like,
the relationship has shifted.
Obviously, this has spoilers because it always has spoilers. People are like, I didn't know this would have spoilers in it, and I'm like, the pics are from the newest episode. Like, why? Anyways, so the thumbnails. I mean, anyways. So we're talking about like a couple possible solutions because when Raven basically got cut by Cinder's Grim arm. Raven looked actually really upset. And I think that's what kind of triggered her to reveal herself as the Spring Maiden.
She looked a little...
Yeah, she, like, threw off her mask and she was just like, she's not the Spring Maiden, I am, you know,
she
like,
looked more, less a prep and more,
angry.
but like when she was frozen in ice, you didn't let me do like a she was ice cold joke.
Aww.
So, you know, fuck off. But...
That's not very nice. Anyways, so I'm here to talk about a couple possibilities. So, Vernal is like a daughter to her. She is like the Yang that she never had. When
well,
Vernal...
she did have a Yang. She decided, I don't like this Yang, I'm gonna find a better Yang. Anyway, and she found Vernal.
Vernal could have came when she was a bit younger, you know what I mean? And so, you know, Raven could have kind of treated her like her own daughter because she realized that Vernal was a lot stronger than Yang, especially if Vernal was a recent addition and she saw her daughter got her ass kicked in Volume 2. So, or in Volume 2? That's Neo on the train?
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm kind of saying. I'm saying that, you know, Vernal came into the tribe and Raven really respected her and knew that Vernal was stronger than even her own daughter, right? And, like, they didn't fight, so we don't know who's stronger, but I would say that Vernal literally literally is tasing people up in this bitch.
Yeah, she's like she fights well.
Exactly, like, she's a very skilled fighter, and I would say that the strongest members of Team RWBY, in my opinion, are Weiss and Yang. And so, if you can beat Weiss, you can basically beat Yang, and Vernal beat Weiss, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, I mean, so my point is, that's possibility 1, is that they kind of teach her, or Raven treats her like a daughter, and so she's very upset. Because she does have a bond with her, and the only other people she has bonds to is with her family, right? And so I feel like that is a possibility, because meanwhile, like, you know, and what is she gonna go say to Yang, you know what I mean? Like, she can't just be like, I'm gonna abduct you and have you join my tribe. Like, Yang is already so alienated, as we've seen, like, she doesn't want anything to do with that, and so Vernal could be, like, a replacement for her daughter, you know what I mean? Or just a daughter in general, you know?
It's just like, I wanted a daughter who would join my...
And Vernal was different, you know what I mean? Like, when... Crow, like, seeing RWBY must be very painful for him because he remembers Summer, and same for Ty. You know what I mean? And I feel like Raven being around Yang would just remind her of Ty, and even though Ty's not dead,
Ty's still around.
It's still pretty...
It's just like, I don't
it's painful,
remind
you know what
me
I mean?
of my bitch-ass ex-husband.
Yeah.
I like the idea, anyways.
Because Yang, like, Vernal is her own person. She isn't connected to any member of her family, so she doesn't look like Summer like RWBY, because Raven even says, you act just like your mother, right? And she's not, like, on her side, and she's not on Ty's side, and she's not part of Summer. Vernal is her own person, and I feel like that really helps the case for any 3 of what we're talking about, but definitely the daughter thing. So... the next one I got is that they're lovers, basically. So this is getting a little shippy, but I'm pretty sure that they're both gay. Like, you know what I mean?
I get
Could
the
you
idea
not see that just a little bit?
Don't you get the impression that like Raven's a bit of like I almost said mistral like rock star, like like Remnant's equivalent of like fucking party hard, has all those wine bottles by her bed.
Yeah, because I feel like
fucked up.
I don't know if this is correct, but I feel like Raven is like
Say it.
A woman that like, married a man and had a kid and tried to do domestic life and then realized she was a lesbian.
No, absolutely.
Divorced her husband. I don't want to, like, expose,
least,
like, anybody that you know, Hunter, but we had a person that was at Hunter's friend's Christmas party or whatever, and she was basically exactly like that.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, like...
okay, thank you for clearing that. I mean, it's not like she'd ever fucking find out, but... Yeah, that did
I'm just saying.
It happens.
It does, you know, and that's what Raven reads as to me, and so she has her hot new young thing, you know what I mean? She has a connection to her.
At the very least, like, that's Crew minus the lesbian thing, is we know that for sure, that she's kind of like, I'm not great crazy about this whole domestic
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they're lovers, then she's has to be into girls.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean...
And Vernal looks gay, okay? None of you can tell me otherwise. Like, y'all are tripping if you don't think that she looks gay. Like, she is a homosexual. Don't even test me.
Didn't you used to say you didn't like the word homosexual? I said you were a weirdo.
I don't, but, like, Tally uses it sometimes, and it's funny. Like, it's just, it's funny in, like, some context. And I don't mean, like, funny as, like, a ha-ha joke, but it's just, it's fun to say. It's like, Vernal is, like, the best homosexual. Like, it's just nice. You know what I mean? Anywho's. So that's the other option, is that they're lovers, alright.
Or they just, you know...
And then my third option is that they're just really good friends. Or she thinks of Vernal like a sister to her, and so I got two things for her. So, I say friend just because, you know, that can happen. Because, like, all her other friends were, like, bitches and basically abandoned her. And I know that she left Ty, but before y'all say, like, we talked about this in another video, but it's basically my idea that basically Raven tried to warn Ty and tried to warn Summer and tried to warn Crow, but none of them listened to her, and so she left. Like, that's basically what I assume has happened, because Raven seems like, who's that story, like the Greek girl from the story that she has prophecies, but then nobody believes her, like she's cursed?
No idea.
I think, like, it's a, no, but not Pandora. There's someone else. Anyways, I don't know what her name is, but that's okay. Anyway, there's a Greek thing about that. We've talked about this before, and people have told me before, and I just don't remember. So, like, in that regard, I feel like that's kind of what she is. Like, she tried to tell Ty, and she tried to tell Summer that Ozpin was, like, fighting this impossible war and full of shit and all that stuff, but, like, it just
sometimes it's just good to give up.
Yeah, and so she just, you know, she left. Like, but then she found Vernal, like, a friend that believes in her, and she kind of took that and ran with it. Or, like, to even enhance on this, she found someone that is a better sibling than Crow, and so she treats her like a sister. You know what I mean? That when her own brother didn't believe her, Vernal was there to believe her, and so she treats Vernal like a sister or a good friend if we're gonna replace Summer or Tai Yang, I guess, even though Tai Yang fits more into the lovers category, as I said. So I just wanted to talk about their relationship, because we are going to do a shipping video, but I don't necessarily, like, if I had to rank these, I would say it's daughter first, friend-sister second, and then third as the lover, just because, like, I don't know, like, that's just the order that I see them being realistically, if that makes sense. Because I feel like they want to make the daughter comparison so bad, but they just haven't done it yet. Does that make sense? Because, like, they had this juxtaposition between Raven and Yang, or, no, Raven and Yang, right? And then they had one between Vernal and Cinder. And so, if Raven is on that one side, on the Cinder side, if that makes sense, Vernal is on the same side as Yang. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Because, okay, so, remember the poster for Volume 5? How it had Raven and Cinder opposite each other?
Yes.
And so that was kind of hinting that Raven was sort of Cinder's actual rival in there, rather than Vernal. Because it's like the maidens juxtaposition to each other.
Yes.
So I'm saying that basically in the trailer...
Oh yeah, they totally put that out there too, where it's just like, yeah, all the foreshadowing missed. There's
a scene where Yang is looking at Raven, and then Vernal is looking at Cinder. And so I'm saying that because Raven and Vernal, or Cinder and Raven are on the same side, they're supposed to represent the same thing. And so the same should be said for Yang and Vernal. Does that make sense?
Yes?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, like, again, so Yang is looking at Raven, and then in the other one, Vernal is over here looking at Cinder. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, obviously look it up. They're basically on the same side. And so I'm saying that because they are on that side, they are supposed to represent those kind of two different sides. So one is Raven, the maidens, all of that stuff, and then, like, the people, that I guess are cared about, by the, Spring Maidens. But obviously, like, Cinder doesn't really care about Vernal, and so that may be a weird thing to make, but it, you know, they care about, like, Cinder cares about Vernal in a very, like, I don't know, they were flirting a little bit, like, but Cinder cares about her more in a necessary way, and I feel like that Cinder, and I don't want to derail too much,
I feel like
that Cinder was really glad to find another maiden. Like, she just seemed that way in the elevator. You know what I mean? That they should be kind. And I know that she seemed like it was like enjoy yourself. And I know she was gonna backstab them and whatever, but I feel like that she was really glad for a minute. You know, that she found another person that was like her. You know, just for a second, like 1 second. But yeah, so that's basically all I wanted to say. I'm sorry if that last part was confusing. I feel like because, like, we don't have the images in front of us, and, like, I can't just, like, pause the video and pull it up for Hunter and then, like, restart again. Like, but you understand what I mean. I think that there is a connection between Vernal and Yang, so that's the strongest one. Not to say that they're not gay, because they're definitely gay. So, but, like, that's the one that I am seeing.
So I don't know if this is going to come up in a different video, but we mentioned how, why is it that Lionheart didn't know that Raven was the maiden. How did that happen? How was that switch made? So do you wonder that maybe it was something like Raven said, like, I don't want, like, she was almost protecting Vernal, where it's just like, you're not ready for this.
What do you mean?
That she took it somehow from Vernal.
I don't think that that's possible, though. Vernal would have to be dead unless they found another way.
Unless, like, there's, like, 2 Vernals.
But there's 2 Vernals. No, I think that Lionheart didn't say anything to her. I don't think he even recognized her, and he just let that go. So I'm pretty sure that the Spring Maiden that Lionheart had is dead, and Vernal's just another decoy. And I want to talk about Vernal's role in the story in a different video, so you're right. Okay. But I don't think that there are 2 Vernals, or Vernal originally had the power. Like, I think it was probably Raven, like, all along sort of thing, but then Lionheart, because Lionheart didn't say anything to her, because if she was like, you know, like, you were my old student, you know, let's talk a bit. Like, he didn't say any of that shit. Like, he just did not give a fuck. So anyway, that's, I guess, the end of this video, and we are gonna have more videos about kind of the stuff that Hunter mentioned throughout the week. So I hope that you guys enjoy that. Remember to join the Discord server, become patrons over on Patreon, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.